Okay, well, today I'm gonna try to look at this Kazar. I know that this is a different format. A lot of people, some people like looking at the comics and stuff, and that's cool. We're gonna take a look at Kazar 1, 2, and 3 today. I might make 3 separate videos of it. Let me put these over here. Get this out of the bag here. Oh, I probably should do it in front of the camera. Give you guys something to look at while I do this. So Kazar, man. Brent Anderson is the artist on this. You know, it's a collector's item. It's a premiere issue, but man, it is pretty neat. It's like it's framed right. It's pretty nice for first issue of Kazar. Make sure I'm in. All right, here we go. We're looking April the 1st, number 1, April 1981. It looks like. Here we go. The New Dawn, A New World. Kazar, I call it Kazar. Some people might call it Kazar. I don't know. I like Kazar, the Savage. Look at the art. He's up here in the hill and it's June, you know, and then in a close up. Right here, Kazar's thinking to himself. He's like, look, you know, it's savage lands. The wolves are hungry. They're eating. You know, it's a kill or be killed kind of thing, you know, going on in Kazar's mind. You know, he's walking around. He sees Shanna messing with a dinosaur here in the tar pits. And he's like, come on, it's Shanna, why are you trying to rescue this dang thing? And she's like, how long you're just gonna stand there and not help out a lady? And then they're talking about, you know, it's gonna die. It's either eventually it's gonna get eaten by another animal or something. And then Shanna is like, well, that's not what I'm about, you know. I used to be a veterinarian. Right here, she's going in a flashback and telling Kazar, you know, where I came from and all that. I used to be a veterinarian in a big city, Kazar. You know, she's parachuting in and she's here to help animals. She's not, you know, when there's let's see here. I discovered 2 things, the Savage Land and the 2 things about me, the Savage Land and a new me, and I became Shanna of the jungle. I thought it was kind of be like Sonia or something, but it's Shanna of the jungle. You know, it's the Savage Lands. So they get the dinosaur out, yada yada yada. Tries to damn snap at him. You know, he's like, woo, gets out of the way. You know, they're talking blah 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 about, and he's like, well, maybe you know, I'm tired of the Savage Lands. I should go check the city out or something. And then she's like, why would you want to do something silly like that? Blah 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 blah. They're kind of, she's still getting her rope, and she grabs some mud and splat. You know, they're kind of joking around, you know, playing around. But it's interesting. Stuff is happening. It's action. It's not just 2 people sitting and talking at a bus stop or sitting in chairs talking. You know, there's action moving around, and it's pretty fun. This comic, you know, you get the arts, you know, going there. It's a good way to tell the story. You know, the Kazar jumps, leaps, you know, gets her down, tackle her. You know, they're just horse playing while they're talking about leaving the Savage Lands and stuff. And then, you know, get a little close. I mean, you know, you're in the Savage Lands, stuck with a pretty female, you know, and you know, stuff happens. So anyways, they're laying down, you know, and at night and talking about stuff, and they're like, hey, I haven't, they're, let's see, let's turn the page here. And, oh, yeah, okay, so he's talking, about how his origins happened, how he got to the Savage Land, about his dad, and they came here, and then they discovered it, and then the locals, the local tribes or whatever, they killed him, and he was going to be next, so, and then Zabu showed up and protected him, saved his life, and kind of shows about him growing up in the Savage Land, and tough jungle action, let's see. Where are we? Oh, so he's like, he hasn't seen Zabu in a while. He's like, man, I haven't seen him in a while. I need to go get him. So he wanders off, leaves Shanna there, and I'm thinking, why did he leave her there? I don't know. Maybe it's just something that he had to do. But don't worry, she shows up later in the book. All right, here we go. He's wandering through. He finds this waterfall he's gone the furthest and explored the most, trying to find Zabu, and he finds this waterfall, and he's like, well, what's through it? It's like a comic trope or a mystery trope. There's always a cave at the end of the waterfall. So so he comes to this deal, and it's like, oh man, it's called Pangea, a new section of the Savage Land. So all right, so he just jumps over, and he's looking for his buddy. Now he's exploring. So then he hears a woman in the distance, like, what's going on, So like Kazar, he's always rescuing people and doing this and that. So you have to text that guy, picks him up, throws him over there. She thanks him, explains to him who she is. I believe this in this panel. You're speaking to Leanne, queen of the Zoran, and she's telling him about, she has a saber-toothed tiger, and it's a female, and these guys are capturing their tiger. This is always a fun thing to look at for me. It's 1981, May, and you can look at the pricing of comics back then, and you'll be like, man, if I had, let's see, $15, I could get a Hulk 102 right here. That's funny. It's not $15 today. Or, let's see, I think there's some Spider-Man. You get a Spider-Man, what's Spider-Man 50? $7 to get a Spider-Man 50 in 1981. Or 1981, you can get a Spider-Man for $7 for Mile High. Today, ASM 50 is way more than $7. Okay, so, I've went a little too far, I think. No, I didn't. So now Leanne is Queen Leanne, or whatever you want to call her. She's telling him about the saber-toothed tiger, the yada yada yada, where she's her where her kingdom, and blah 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 blah. And then they start talking. Yada, one thing leads to another. With Kazar, he's a man. He's got needs. Seems like he's only got one thing on his mind. So they're tracking the saber-toothed tiger, but later on they find where they're gonna sacrifice the tiger and all this stuff, and now they're in the tree hiding out waiting for plan, and then that's when he has needs, and they're like, hey, they're getting kind of close, and I think they tell each other they kind of like each other or love, or they throw the word love around a lot in this issue. These people, because even Shanna later on or before said she loved Kazar. Anywho, it doesn't look good for the saber-toothed tiger right here. Man, look at that art. That's the shading right there. It's pretty cool. I like that panel. It's like, oh, it's like they're conveying like the thoughts. Oh gosh, look, it's scary for the tiger. We gotta save it. And the shadows on them. It's yellow, but it's like a moonlight shadow. It's pretty good. I like how they did the background tree. Is just a big solid. So, anyways, the bad guy's he has his knife. And it's really neat. It's about to sacrifice the tiger. Kazar's sweating. He's got his sling. He's about ready to go into action and growl. Here comes Zabu. I'm surprised. I've been looking for Zabu. Kazar's like, where Kazar goes, where Zabu goes, Kazar goes. I'm a savage. He jumps down to help his saber-toothed tiger. It's like his family. Good fighting. He grabs him by the ankle. He's swinging the dude around, showing that Kazar is a pretty strong fella. He grabs rope, gets the saber-toothed tiger down. Dude sneaks up behind. Oh, no, wait. It's kind of hard to see what's going on, but I think Kazar has him. Or does he have... Okay, this guy has Kazar. But it's funny how his head's tilted, because the guy's hand is pushing and Kazar's arms behind. It's weird, but I kind of figured out it's kind of a weird kind of deal here. This guy, Leanne comes back behind him and gets him to save Kazar in the nick of time. They saved the tiger. Both tigers are there. I guess Zabu came this way because in the Savage Land there's not very many saber-toothed tigers left. That's a female saber-toothed tiger that belongs to Leanne. So Zabu's picked up their scent or whatnot, so they can reproduce or whatnot. That's how animals work. But it doesn't imply that they did anything like that. But that's why he was trying to follow. That's why he followed Kazar. Kazar followed Zabu into the Savage Lands. All right. They're huggy kissy, blah blah. Thanks for saving the tiger. Man, we must be hungry. He's swinging his little thing and sees a little. It looks like a deer or something here, but now it looks like a half like a bull and a warthog or something. But that's a big thing. I would guess, because that saber-toothed tiger is big in the comic, comparatively so to Kazar. So it's a giant thing, and he throws his sling and pops it, and it's teamwork. He's working, they're both working as a team. And so, oh hey, we got what's this? They're getting food, they're chomping down, and she's like, oh, it's such that's just kind of gross. It's so savage, and we don't do that in where I'm at, you know. But that's all Kazar's known because he's been in the savage land for so long. He's just used. That's how he does. She can't even. She's nothing. I don't want anything to eat. She doesn't even want to eat it, and she just kind of has to look away. You know. So the next day, they get to her castle, and she's kind of trying to explain some stuff. Then the soldiers come out, and they're like, "Hey, you know, who goes? You can't come in." And he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm with the lady." You know, and he kicks them, and he's fighting them. You know, he's savage. You know, that's what he's doing. And she's like, "Perhaps you shouldn't, Kazar, listen to me." And she's telling him, "Look, we're more civilized in the city, and you're from the jungle, and you shouldn't, you know, after you shouldn't be here. Maybe you should go back to your own thing." But before, it's like she's like, "I love you, Kazar," but he's like, "Yeah, sure, you bet." And then he's like, "Your Majesty, I hope you and her tiger will be happy together. And if you're ever in the slums, drop in on us." It's like, "Hey, I hope you're doing good, but if you're ever in the slums, just check us out. Come see us." And then she's like, "Kazar," and he's like, "Don't look back, Zabu. It isn't real. It's just a silly dream." And so the next episode is to air is human. And this is Kazar #1.